Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you 7 different types of emails that generated our clients north of $400,000 last month alone. Now, not only can you leverage these emails just for some design inspirations of your own, but I'm also hoping that by the end of this video, you'll understand why these emails actually work and why the structure is so effective. So you don't just need to copy and paste the designs, you can if you want, but you can also leverage the strategy and use it for yourself. So let's dive in. Okay guys, so let's dive in here. So the first email that I want to share with you is the health tips email. Now I'm going to dive into a couple different things here. I'm going to dive into what is it, the segmentation, why it works, and the structure. And I'm going to also show you the email itself. So here's the email itself. This is a health tips email. So you can see ease your souls, explore comfort. So what is this? This is basically a health tips or other types of tips email focusing on adding value to the subscriber. For this client, for example, they sell slides that provide relief for people who suffer from plantar fasciitis. Now, our objective here is just to provide value for people and help out subscribers. You can see here, we're not pushing a product. We have a picture of the product at the very top, but we really aren't pushing a product at all. In the second tip here, embrace supportive footwear, we have a slight mention of our pillow slides, but we don't really have any sort of detailed, hey, this is why our product's great, etc. Right? We're really just trying to add value here. So how can you deal with plantar fasciitis? Gentle stretching, embracing supportive footwear, and ice, ice, baby. So this is kind of how you might structure an email like this. Now, the segmentation, it really depends on what the tips are about. Now, you can go really broad here. You can go a lot more niche. It really does depend on what types of tips you're sending. For example, in this case, we sent this campaign to both leads and to customers, because these health tips are beneficial for both. Now, why does this work so well? Well, the goal of this campaign is just to provide value. That means like purchases aren't meant to roll in. If they do, that's great. And it actually works really well to drive sales because it kind of puts people's guard down a little bit, right? If you're like, buy our stuff, buy our stuff, buy our stuff, people are gonna be like, well, no, I'm not interested. But if you're like, hey, here's some health tips, here's how you can deal with XYZ problem that you have, that's gonna go a really long way to actually building trust and a relationship with these customers. So instead of pushing products, this email is just intended to help customers out. And like I said, it goes a long way to break down those barriers. And the structure we use here is the header, which is a benefit, the body copy, which is kind of agitating that pain point, the body copy, which is those tips and tricks, and then the CTA is explore benefits. We do have a CTA at the very top here too, but again, we have our kind of pain point, literally a pain point. And then we dive into the tips here, and then a light CTA at the very bottom too. So again, this is very, very focused on just providing value to people. Now, the second email we're going to run through is the sale reminder. So the sale reminder, I'll show you this one as well. So this is just a simple reminder of a sale that's going on. And you can see this one, it's actually a pretty large sale, but what we want to do is just kind of remind people about the sale. So the purpose of this is just to remind people, simply remind them about the sale and then highlight some products that they may actually be interested in purchasing. So many brands just focus on having a sale and they just like basically send one email. But if you're not sending a reminder or a last chance for larger sales, you may be missing out on a ton of revenue. People may or may not open that initial email. They may or may not act upon that initial email. They may have received it while they're like getting off the bus or getting out of their car, or their kid ran in and distracted them. Giving them a gentle reminder and a gentle nudge like that sale email can go a really long way. Now, segmentation here, this really depends on the size and the frequency of sales. And also it depends on who is included in your first promotional email. If it's a massive sale like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, it can be worthwhile to just include everyone. But for the most part, what you want to do, especially if you're sending like a promotional email to, call it the 90-day engaged, you may want to reduce that to like a 60-day engaged or a 30-day engaged, just to keep only the most high intent people receiving that email, because those are the people who are going to be most interested. Now, why does this work so well? So it works so well because people get busy, they forget that you had a sale, they may have just been on the fence, and basically sending this email can be a really helpful kind of gentle nudge. By adding in some best-selling products and those benefits, it can also help them make a decision. So looking here, got our, obviously the sale at the very top, we've got our call to action above the fold. This is really important. Just a quick reminder here that our sale is still going on. Perfect opportunity to prioritize your health and wellness goals. And then we dive into some of the best sellers and some of the benefits of those best sellers. Makes it really easy for people. If they have purchased before, great. They may just go ahead, go to the website, buy their thing. If they haven't, this can be an opportunity to just kind of check out some of the best sellers for this client. So it's like, hey, let's push these products to see if people are interested in purchasing them. Okay, so the structure you can kind of see there. Initially, we want the offer in the header, CTA, also above the fold here. Body text, just a quick reminder, and then product spotlight, just highlight some of the top selling products and the benefits that they provide. Okay, so the next email we're going to review is the product spotlight. Now this email generates a ton of revenue for our clients and it works really, really well. So an example here of the product spotlight is this one. So I'm going to share why it works so well and what it is, and then I'll jump in and I'll kind of share what the thoughts are behind this email specifically. So what is it? The purpose of this email is to encourage people to check out a certain product or a collection. Effectively, what you want to do is something along the lines of, hey, have you checked out this product? It's great, and here's why it's great. What we're trying to do here is get people's interest and then show them why this product can be beneficial to them. The segment we want to send to is really, really important for product spotlight emails. If you sell 12 different kinds of soup, for example, and someone just purchased your tomato or Tuscan tomato soup, do you think they want to receive an email talking about how great the Tuscan tomato soup is? Probably not. So one of three things is true here. Either they receive their order and they love it, so they need a reminder email, not a product spotlight email. Number two is they receive their order and they don't love it, so you're just going to piss them off and it's going to be more salt in the wound by sending this email. And number three is they have not received their order yet. In any one of these instances, we should not be sending people this product spotlight. So make sure that those people are in your exclusions. Now, why does it work so well? These emails absolutely crush it for our clients because it's a little bit of a softer promotion. It's not as in your face as a discount or a promotion that you might have, but it's a softer approach to just telling people why your products are awesome. The structure we use, and this can vary quite a bit depending on the product, depending on if it's a collection or a single product, but our header wants to spark curiosity. So we should hit on pain points or hit on benefits right in the header. The CTA should pop. The copy should be talking about the benefits of the product. And then the reviews should be product specific. So if we're highlighting a specific product, we want to make sure those reviews are about that specific product. And then we're going to have another CTA at the very bottom. So showing you this one, bring on the sunshine. This one doesn't necessarily speak directly to benefit or pain point, but it did work quite well. So the days are getting warmer. This is kind of where we're talking about some of the benefits or some of the pain points here. And then we're highlighting the product, and then we're also highlighting some of the reviews specifically about the product. Okay, so the next email we're going to review is the value plus product spotlight. So here's an example of that email. And like I said before, I'm going to dive in and kind of explain why this works so well too. So typically we have very little mention of the product in a value-based email campaign, which is the exact opposite of a product spotlight where we're entirely focusing on the product, right? Now this email is a little bit of a hybrid. So the purpose of this campaign is to give people some key tips, tricks, or just provide value to people. We also want to make sure that one of those tips or tricks, or maybe two, is actually promoting the product that we want to highlight. So in this case, our goal was to share some tips and tricks on how to reduce stress. And beyond that, our goal was to make sure that one or two of the tips were food related so that we could incorporate the soups we were promoting. So for example, here, you can see stress less, live more. So this was for Stress Awareness Month. And basically we're kind of harping on, hey, you know what? Stress happens, but we've got your back. So here's some tips. Get moving, pull some goodness. So this is where we're talking about some of the products and some of the benefits of those products and how they can help you with stress. And then connect with nature. And then a tip from a doctor that has been featured with this brand a couple of times. So again, it's highly, highly value-based. And it's with a kind of product spotlight mixed in there. So it's a little bit of a lighter product spotlight and works really, really well also. So the segmentation here is really important. So since this is a hybrid campaign, who is this going to is going to really vary based on the type of content that you're sending. For example, if the product spotlight focus of the email is highlighting a few different products, it'd be okay to include purchasers even if people have purchased that product before, because there's the value-based component and it's talking about a couple of different products. Now, the best gauge I would recommend using is just put yourself in the shoes of a consumer. Would I want to receive this? Would I find this useful or would I find this interesting after purchasing? If yes, great. If no, exclude them. So this works really well just because it combines the benefits of a product spotlight with the benefits of a value-based campaign. Now, the structure of this campaign is pretty simple, right? We got the main pain point or purpose of the email. We got the subheader, what the email is about, and then we've got the copy, which are the tips and the product spotlight, and then a light CTA. So you can see that's the structure we followed here as well. Okay, so the fifth email we're gonna run through is the problem meets solution. Now, this is really a killer email, especially if you've got a product that actually solves a real problem that people have. This is an example of one of the product meets solution campaigns that we have for one of our clients. So basically, you can see the kind of layout here, and I'm gonna jump in and talk about why it's structured this way, and then I'll come back and kind of review the campaign itself. So what is it? Basically, the purpose of this campaign is to identify a certain problem, probe that problem, and then apply some pressure to the problem. Once we've done that, we want to lean into the benefits that our product is going to provide to them, how our product is going to solve those problems. Now, segmentation, again, is super important here. We want to make sure that the people who are receiving this campaign actually experience the pain point. So if they don't experience the pain point, that's an issue. This can be done by just collecting zero-party data in a pop-up. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out on my channel. And two, if they have not recently purchased the product that we're promoting. Again, we don't want to pepper people who have just purchased a product. We want to make sure that we are caring for them and that they're getting the most out of it, but not that we're just like peppering them again with why they should buy the product. Now, why does this work so well? Well, because people want to feel heard. If you understand the pain points that your customers experience, and you can actually reiterate them back to them and then present a solution to the problem that they're experiencing, they're going to feel like you actually understand them, and they're going to be a lot more likely to purchase. So let's dive into the structure here. So effectively, we have a header with the pain point, CTA with benefits, and then the body copy with pain points, and then also the benefits and the solution that they provide, and then CTA, which is the benefit. So if we look at this problem solution email, we have the header, right? Again, ditch the discomfort. So, and obviously like people who are shopping here know it's like foot discomfort. We know the drill, digging into the pain points here. Take your first step and out plantar fasciitis. This is the pain point, digging into that pain point. And then here's where you meet the pillow slides. So this is where we're dreamscaping a little bit. Like, what if that didn't have to happen? Well, here's why that doesn't have to happen. And here's the benefits of why our products will help you out, essentially, why you need these products. And then finally, we've got our CTA here, step into relief now. Okay, so the sixth type of campaign that we're going to review today is the benefits campaign. Now, the purpose of this campaign is just to showcase some of the benefits that a certain product or ingredient can provide for people. Now, let me explain. This works really, really well for supplement companies and other companies that sell consumable or other products that contain multiple ingredients. Now, this is because we're highlighting the benefits of the ingredients or a certain product, not necessarily the product that the customer is buying from your store. So let me explain, because this one's a little bit different. So the segmentation we want to use here is going to be very similar to a product spotlight, but it can be a little bit more loose because we're talking about the benefits of an ingredient or a vitamin versus why a certain product that people are purchasing is great. Even if someone has purchased a magnesium patch recently, for example, they may not be completely aware of all of the benefits that magnesium provides to them. So for this reason, it's actually okay to include leads and purchasers in this campaign. So it works really well because it's a little bit different than a product spotlight here. Instead of just talking about your product, you're talking about the incredible benefits of a certain ingredient or vitamin that your product has in it. It can come across as a lot more authentic because you're talking about the benefits of that certain ingredient. You're not talking about why your product is so great. Now, the product spotlight works really, really well, but this can be just a slightly different approach. And instead of saying like, hey, check out our great benefits from our product, it's more like, hey, magnesium has some really great benefits. Did you know that XYZ is one of the benefits? And like it does this, this, and this. It's a lot more informational. And it may be a good stepping stone just to get customers a little bit more educated. Now, the structure of this is, again, a little bit different. So we've got our call out and create curiosity about whatever we're talking about. We want to hit on the pain points and hit on benefits in the body copy, some additional benefits of magnesium, We then want to touch on, and this can be replaced with whatever ingredient you want to talk about, product spotlight. So actually highlighting some of the products that you have that also have magnesium in it, and then a CTA. So you'll notice that there's no CTA above the fold here, and this is intentional because it's meant to be less of a sales email and more of an educational email. So I'll show you kind of what this looks like. So this is what we did for one of our clients, magnesium, a hero in women's health. People can be like, okay, like what is this about? We then start kind of talking a little bit more about magnesium and the benefits of magnesium. And then we highlight some of those key products that have magnesium in them. Okay, so the seventh and last email that we're going to review today is the style guide. So this is a pretty straightforward email, to be honest. It basically is the perfect email for apparel brands, fashion brands, accessory brands, but it can also be interchangeable with a recipe or a pair XYZ drink with ABC food style campaigns. So don't restrict this to just like a style guide. It could be like way to consume guide as well. Now, the main purpose here is just to show customers how to consume or pair your product with other products so that they increase their consumption, right? Or increase, wearing your products type. Now, for the most part here, this can go out to an engaged purchase audience and also an engaged lead audience. Because if someone just purchased the products in the style guide, it can be a really good opportunity to see something else they might like that would go perfectly with the product they just purchased. Maybe they purchased one or two of the products. It's relatively unlikely if you sell a lot of apparel. So it could be like, oh, check out this, they just bought a t-shirt or they just bought a jacket or a bomber. And hey, here's how you can style this. I know I get hit really hard with this. Cuts has some really great examples of this on their website where you can check out bundles and look at, hey, this is like a full-on styled outfit. I'm just like, oh, this is a no-brainer. It's so easy. Click buy. It gives people an option and it gives people just different ways to style their clothes, and it makes it super, super simple. So I kind of skipped ahead a little bit here, but this is why it works so well. Sometimes it can be a little tricky to see, like, what is this going to look like on me? Or I don't really know if I have anything to wear that with. This campaign works so well because it allows you to kind of like immediately look at and be like, oh yeah, like I could wear it with this, I could wear it with this. And it kind of puts an outfit together for you without having to really think about it. So there's a lot of different ways to structure this campaign. We can create a style guide for certain seasons, events, or just everyday basics. And then flipping this back to a food-based product, you can provide recipes along the same lines, special recipes for certain occasions, seasons, events, parties, whatever it might be, or just everyday emails. So this is an example of what our style guide looks like for a couple of our clients, or this is one of our clients. Embrace the outdoors. So this is an outdoor style guide, and basically it's super, super simple here. We're just kind of highlighting some of the cardigans, jackets, t-shirts, sandals. We're highlighting a couple of core products that they wanted to promote and kind of showing people how they could style these products as well. All right, guys, so thanks so much for watching. I hope this video helped you out. And if it did, and if you have an e-com brand doing over $50,000 a month in revenue, I'd invite you to apply to work with us. We help 7 and 8 figure brands scale using email marketing and SMS. And there's a link in the description below. You can click there, apply, and again, just see if it's a good fit for us to work together. Thanks so much and have a great day.